This guy's hopping in the boat right now.
The infamous Ernie. Good luck, guys. All the best to you.
Thank you for taking time out.
You're welcome, and we hope to see you come across that finish line
First,
first.
all day, new sponsorship.
for the 2020-25 Bermuda Powerboat Association Round the Island Boat Race, brought to you by Rubus. So we are about 15 minutes away from the A-class start. The boats are making their way through down to the milling area. That's the news boat on the island. It is a 24-foot twister cat with 300 access, driven and co-piloted by Henry Talbot and Andrew Cunningham. Last minute little provisions. B9. That's a great chicken deal with, with the famous Ernie Mello. Yeah, yeah. You see Ernie there in the water. Yeah.
And they've encountered some issues. So it's good to see them actually engine ready.
Is B96, the bat boat. Some of you guys may know that's the boat that rode up in Dockyard. They're back out, so glad to see them back out. Hopefully, they have a safe race. Thank you very much, Kim. Yep. One of the-
And in B9, we have Cleveland Mabry, otherwise known as Chicken. And I have to apologize because there's been a change in co-pilots for that one.
boat to the circuit. This is D505. Jeffrey Willoughby. Yeah, Shay Johnson. So each one of these guys have raced previously. This is the first time racing together in this 21-foot skater. They have a 300 XS on the back, so for D class should be pretty interesting. Yeah, her and her committee's done a fantastic job. Has been trying to say the last of the last couple of race days that have been canceled due to bad weather. So kudos to them.
When the Bermuda Weather Service actually issue small craft warning, it not necessarily means that it's a wind factor. I think for the past two ones, we had lightning strikes as well. Um,
Extremely, safety first all the time. So looking at 12 minutes now. Bottom.
set? 1 minute. It's 1:58.
A class is actually starting now. The jet ski is coming up across us, and we have A. And momentarily we should be starting with this year. So they will be coming up in 2 waves.
Staying live. Bring it back to the computer. Ready for the first. We have B23 96 101
177, 351, and 921. The first wave consists of boats that have raced this season and have accumulated points. And then the second wave that follows would be boats that have not raced. And we have a few rookies in this class as well. And here they come. We can see the rooster tails up in the air over the trees. And we have in the lead going past me, we have B96, B23, B101, B351, and B96. Then we have 177, 441, and B13 with Bobby DaCosta and Joshua Holder. We have B211, B9, and bringing up the rear in B class, we have B48. We apologize for the gaps in the video due to the starts of the different classes, so we appreciate your patience with us. We'd like to take a few moments to say thank you to the sponsors. Without you, we would not be able to put on this race, and also for St. John's Ambulance. Without them being present, we would definitely not be able to have this race. They are our medical team, and they frequent every sporting event that is put on by the island, and not just sporting events, but any major function that happens as well on the island. And they are volunteers, just like all of us for the Bermuda Powerboat Association. We are volunteers as well. And definitely a big thank you to you, the spectators. You make putting on this race worthwhile.
For those of you that haven't been following, everyone who has been racing and who has points in this season so far left in the first wave, and then the second wave was the new entrants that has came the last 2 weeks or so. We actually got their package sorted out. So the larger class.
I think that we have 12 or 13 boats this year racing. We have a good fleet this year racing, which is great, and third time lucky to bring this make this race happen. And we actually have C class right now. We have one boat in C class, which is C87. And in C87, we have Chad Sutherland, who is no stranger to racing. He's been on and off for a while, and his co-driver is Lee Wilson.
Again, another, I would say, veteran to a degree.
Yes. And I think people, they actually purchased this boat. This was a capsule. Am I correct? Did they take the capsule off?
No, this was Chad's boat.
This was Chad's boat, the orange boat.
The orange boat.
Okay, got you.
That's what I was going to say about Lee. Lee owned the capsule yellow boat
That
was driven by
Damon Simons,
Bob
yes,
Boat. Yes.
who was also a veteran racer, and I think he's out of the seam. Yes, yes, two good racers there. And then I don't. Can you just explain the times, the gaps? That's the D class. Okay.
time gets is to make it quote unquote fair for any class to actually get line honors first around the line for around the yacht.
And it doesn't necessarily mean that if I leave an A class, I'm going to be first across the line. It's not necessary because I can have a D class, or if there was an S class racing today, they could actually,
You actually win, yeah, many S class boats win rather
and
than
that's because of the size of the engines
you
and
had A, B, you had B. So, it all depends on how your package is put together, how your boat's running, driving skills, communication between driver and co-pilot, water conditions, lines. I mean, there's a lot of factors, that come in.
and correct me if I'm wrong. I think the fastest time was with Brandon Renault.
Now, the first boat to A class has gone for is White Island already.
Okay, and D505 with Jeffrey Willoughby and Shay Johnson.
Shea Johnson. The offer is B1, sorry, B177.
I don't have their
I'm not sure
if they made it or not.
let's go ahead and see.
So I think you were just informing everybody that we have a boat at White's Island.
Yes, A class boats are running White Island this week. So, here it is. It's 2:12, and A class is already coming out of town, heading towards Commissioner's Point. So again, it goes back to our further previous conversation of, just because a class boat leads first doesn't necessarily
Mean that they're going to finish first.
again, once those guys get on South Shore, around Commissioner's Point, for the locals that they pass, what we call Honeycomb High, out there on Dockyard, that's a
It's anybody's game then, I mean,
that's when the race really starts.
right. And I always say, and everybody knows I'm famous for saying it's the skill of the driver, because South Shore can be totally unpredictable. You have some little slow rollers,
So
and then also the reef area, the reef line.
So between Daniel's Head, Pompano area is where you get the change of the water. You sometimes get a mix of about 3 different types of water. You have your rills, you have your chops, you have your groundswell.
And that's just going around the
Bit of rough water. So anyone who's out there in boats, please, as we always say, safety first. You want to get racing out into a safe area because these guys come through and there's no brakes.
And that's a famous spot for boats to anchor off for this race, and people and most beautiful spots. But also the water's shallow there, and that's why you get a lot of swimmers, people in the water, and to manage driving a boat through that area can become difficult. And so definitely marine water safety. Stay clear because these guys do not have brakes. They can't just.
Doing nothing less than 70 miles an hour coming across just that one area, so stopping, avoiding anything that could be extremely dangerous. So
Yeah.
that's why we say everyone in a boat, paddleboarding, kayaking, jet skiing,
Just be mindful.
stay out of these guys' race lanes, stay out of the raceway. If you're on one side, so if you're on the shoreline and you want to go pause, extremely mindful and careful. Watch your wake.
Yes.
We've had unfortunate few accidents, and near accidents, like the dockyard,
When the pleasure boat came across, yes, definitely.
Keep up your eyes sighted, and again, safety first, guys. Safety first.
And I think another spot for a safety concern which happens every single year, is outside here of the pylons. Because everybody wants to see the boats leave. Everybody wants to see the boats go through the pylons. I mean, it is a great experience. If you have experienced that in a race boat, I mean, I know I have, and you definitely have as well. I think my first time it was, do I close my eyes or what? Because this is kind of scary. I was not driving. I was not driving, but that was a great experience. And then of course everybody wants to see who's that boat coming around the corner. Who's that boat that's going to be? I want to be there. I want to see that first boat. You know. And I definitely want to say I encourage anybody who is along the course, either by water or on land, to submit your photos to the Bermuda Powerboat Association's Facebook page. Send them to the website. Our production crew would love to get them and post them as well, because without you, a lot of the shots that we can't get, we can't see because we're here. So that's definitely greatly appreciated. Now I think prior to the start of the race, I'm sorry, we just have work coming in. That we have some new boats racing. There seems to be a lot of ring crafts this year.
Yeah. A few ring crafts came in last minute. We have a 18-foot ring craft. First time out, E2111. That was a red boat that came out last.
Yes. Yes. And that was with Darius Zul and Anthony Bailey. Darius actually is not new to the racing scene. He used to race with his dad, who is no longer with us. So kudos to Darius for getting back out there. And I'm sure it can be a little bit sentimental not racing, with his father. So yes, definitely. And doing his dad proud, I'm sure.
So we have another ring craft, which is B48. That is Damon Morris and Shalay Steve.
And she is actually a rookie, and she's the first time racing, and the only female racing in today's race. Yeah.
Again, as you can attest to,
I can attest to, Exactly. Just because you're female doesn't mean that you can't get in a boat, you can't race, because you actually can. And prove, the naysayers wrong. Hey, I can do this. Then, of course, it can lead to bigger and better things. I mean, mine actually led me to actually going overseas and race. So, that was a feather in my cap, and I can actually say I've been there, done that, and different circuit, different totally class of boat. It was a great experience. And if I say to whoever has that opportunity presented to them, go for it.
So we just came in, there's a C87, which is near the seaboat, which
Is low.
in the orange.
Aircraft will return to the home point in 10 seconds.
Past SoCal, so it's going up, heading towards Inverurie, SoCal area, so pretty good. I mean, these guys are going to be flying. And following close behind him, we just alerted that D007, the newsville of the island, the 24 Twister Cat, is closely following Chad.
Yeah.
So those two look like they're going to be.
Do we have any information on that boat? Where did it come from?
So those boats originally come from Finland, I believe. I could be wrong. That the boat was then
3.
sent.
Return to home promptly.
Boat was sent to USA, and then that's where they acquired it.
Okay.
From the, I want to say, second owner of that boat. So Twister.
And they're actually down by Hinson Island right now. Can you
So
just
we're just streaming over, looking. To
pull
our
the screen
live-
so I can see just a little? Oh, that's old feed. Yeah, I can see.
So. saying on that road at Dockyard, they are actually passing 5-star artists. So they are moving.
So we have actually quite a lot of the B-class boats that are, looks like they're neck and neck, and we just have A3 that has just passed Dockyard right now. So
Yeah, so they're moving.
they're doing pretty good.
And the time is just going 2:20. So, I mean,
So what would you estimate the speed that these guys are doing?
these guys have got to be pushing mid 80s. Mid 80s, for sure.
And the water conditions, I mean, from what we could see here in front of us, it looks good. I did not see South Shore this morning, but you know the weather
I did.
changes.
So, early this morning around 6 a.m., it was maybe a 3-foot rule and like a 1.5-foot chop. After that big rain squall came through, the rule actually laid down. So it only went
Oh, okay.
3-foot rule, and it was a 1/2-foot chop. So these guys coming out, especially the twister cat, is going to eat it up. Bat boats are going to eat it up. You know?
Oh, that's
It
good.
actually might even be a little bit too calm for the bat boats, to be honest with you.
Because they like a little chop. They just and then they just kind of hover and just
Exactly.
on the surface.
So, you guys are doing and yeah, so this guy should be rolling. The ring crash should be pretty good. Of course, if the Phantoms, you know, are legendary because you know Twin Stars have won around the yard and national races the Phantoms. So you know they'll be doing good. Just keep the ball up, keep the throttle push forward, navigate as best as you can, and navigate as best as you can. So I would quick question: do you have any predictions on? I'll open it up. I'll say classes.
Home point updated.
It's running very nicely, very very nicely. I think Bobby's a favorite as well. In the A class, I want to say A26 with Shane Medeiros and Aaron Butterfield. I mean, they've done extremely well for the races.
This is actually the first one on the island for Pokemon
In A class with Brandon and Blake.
yeah, so that's going to be so you have a race partnership in a new boat. They don't drive like they're Phantom, what they're used to.
Yes.
So
So that'll just a little bit of history. The 74th year
74,
for the Around the Island race.
yes, yes.
So that's, you know, I think next year should be some maybe big celebration.
Or bicentennial or whatever they call it.
Yeah, something like that.
So,
I'm really bad with this.
put something forward towards the committee.
Yeah, I mean, Bermuda Powerboat Association has been around for quite some time. It was actually formed in 1960. And just a little bit of history here. The first powerboat racer to win the Around the Island race, and the estimated time, was Larry Robinson in less than an hour. And of course, boats have changed definitely since then.
So big shout out to you, Mr. Robinson.
Yes, who has passed. So you know, big kudos to him. Who's somebody who was very active in the sport. Yes, definitely. Unfortunately, I don't have a list of. Bermuda Powerboat does have some inductees in there, and I think for 2025 we had Charles Chucky Renault, who was inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame for powerboat racing.
Sure.
And Chucky was very active in the sport, and I think he still goes out there and helps, and I do know that his son Craig goes out there, and he's one of our crash boats. So thank you to them, and definitely thank you to all the crash boats. Again,
Can't do it without you guys.
exactly,
You guys are a big
exactly.
part of not just around the island, but every race that we actually do have.
Yes.
I want to say thank you to everyone who's out crash boating, who's volunteering, because these are volunteers, you know. So
Yes, we do it for the love of the sport.
kudos to you guys. Thank you very much. No, we appreciate you, and we look forward to your continued support to make this race happen every year.
Yep. We have quite a few boats going around Dockyard right now. And we have A3, Chris Marshall and his grandson at Pompano.
That's a nice boat. I actually like that boat. I like the design of it, like the setup of it. It runs good. You know, of course, veteran driver. You know,
Now that boat used to be A29,
I want to say yes.
that which belonged to Matthew Smith, not the Matthew Smith that is racing, but another one. And the former owner of A29, he has a family history of racing. His Uncle Paul, who is no longer with us, used to be involved in powerboat racing way back in the day when I was a youngster. And definitely thank you to all the crash boats out there again, because you are the ones who are keeping us informed of the different locations of the boats during this race. So thank you.
Traveling, just having a little technical difficulties. I'm trying
Oh,
to sort it
technical, love more than technology.
out. I'll tell you, when it works, it works. So just trying to go back in, start off a different feed.
There we
And I
go.
believe there we go.
Where you're just showing us again.
No problem. Let's go a different angle. And what I'll do is I'll switch this around afterwards and catching everyone when they're coming in.
And we
That's
have
all.
B921 around 5-star earlier. Okay.
Yep.
And I think majority of the boats should be past Dockyard.
Yes, those guys should be at the farthest. They should be at least around 5-star, heading towards Dockyard.
I think the most exciting part of this race is when they get by the oil docks, Fort St. Catherine oil dock area, because then we know they're actually nearly here, and then the excitement, the thrill
Yeah.
of this race is like, who's going to come in first? Now you did ask me what were my predictions. If I was really good, I would have won the the Powerball the other night, but I am not that good. So who are your predictions?
So for A class, I agree with you. I would say A26, just due to consistency and how the boat's been running. Not saying that that point mark doesn't stand a chance, but just going with consistency.
I think because we're not familiar with that boat, so that's probably.
No, so if I'm not mistaken, that boat did run one round the island beforehand, but I just haven't seen them back out in it.
Okay.
To really say what it's capable of. So just as they say, just sticking with who I know for that. So that'll be A class. B class. Now that is.
We actually have A26 at Pompano.
Okay. See, well,
So there we
and
go.
just came in. We have D007 at Pompano as well. Yeah. Again, technical difficulties. No worries. Oh, good. So we just gonna report that B23 has broken down. I'm not sure as of where.
So B23, I can just let everybody know. Sports for Bermuda is well known for sailing.
Yes.
And he's done extremely well with the sailing. So you said your A class predictions. You said
Yep.
A26.
So I was going A26 for A class. B class is a bit of a It's a bit of a gamble, to be honest with you. I said it earlier, so I have to stick with this. Okay, my prediction was B96,
96 actually is just going past Pompano.
and they're just coming past Pomino. Just got the update to it. Not only do I feel that B96 has a chance of coming first in their class, but also taking line honors for first around.
And that's
First
Stephen
over
Morales and Aaron Daniel.
Yes, it is. So that's B. I'm glad there's only one boat in C, so that's what makes it easy, you know. Exactly, class honors. So we're gonna see what those guys do, for overall, but they definitely have class honor. I would hope so. I would hope so. Again,
Sponsor racers.
yes, yes, so when I'm talking sponsor, not just individual race teams, I mean sponsoring the power building altogether as a whole. I mean, so with that, the association could help out individual race
Yes,
teams if
yeah.
need be and such, and be able to have a better broadcast station and more vendors and stuff for the general public to come down and spectate and be comfortable and just make it an overall great day.
That's true. And Rubus has been a great sponsor
Yes, yes.
for
For
not
round,
just the Around the Island, but the entire race season
yes.
for sponsoring
No, that's why it's
the
called
clubs.
Rubis Round the Island.
Yep,
You know.
yep.
Interesting. I actually used to work for Rubis. Used to
Did
work for
you?
Rubis Gas in particular. But yeah, yeah. So it's all good. We just had an update. A26 is at Chaplin Bay. So they're already on South Shore coming down. So this is that long stretch where anything can happen. So but hey, keep
South Shore
throttles on.
is well known for boats breaking down.
It will make or break it, mate. It will make or break it. Just got another update. DW7 is at Horseshoe Bay coming for
Wow,
us.
so they're
So
running
yeah, they're
really
running.
really good.
They're running. So remember, 007 and A26 are
And
teammates for
Chaplain
Devil's
Bay,
Isle.
so that's actually a race team.
A
So
race
Devil's
team,
Isle,
yeah.
so A26 and DW7, they are part of the Devil's
Yep.
Isle race team.
They just passed Chaplin Bay. Sorry, they just passed the reefs. Sorry. So they're moving down quite nicely. So the field's starting to catch up. The boats
Yes.
that left later on in their heats. So which goes back to our previous conversation of winners.
So our winner last year was B441,
Yep.
and that's Quince Dowling and
Quincy, fly.
Ty Bean.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and they're back together. And I want to say it's a ring craft. I have to double check that and get back to you on that one, Kim. Um, Either ring craft or it's a Phantom. I only just saw them at the gas station
Okay.
fueling up. I didn't actually get a chance to go over there to them in the pits and have a conversation. Um,
I know
but
we talked about safety on the water, but there are a few things that actually have to happen with the race boats before they can actually get in the water and race. I mean,
yes.
they are scrutinized,
Yep, safety
and
checks.
there's a checklist. I mean, there's BP Bermuda Powerboat Association items that they have to have on board. they have to follow the Marine Board safety regulations for boats under 20 feet, and then also for boats over 20 feet but less than 40 feet.
Yes.
So, I mean, obviously,
Ropes, flares, anchors,
anchors,
chains,
yep.
kill switches.
And I think one of the most fire extinguisher,
fire extinguishers.
most important things is a radio.
Radio. Yep. The handheld.
A working
The
radio.
handheld radio. Or some people actually have. I remember when I first got into it, someone actually had a mounted dash radio. Which I thought was interesting.
Okay, that's very old school.
Yeah, it is. And mind you, this is still before full face helmets were actually brought in.
Yes.
So it actually didn't quite.
And I'm sure some of
interfere.
these guys with their helmets do have intercoms as well, where they can actually talk to each other.
Most guys are now. Yeah. Most race teams actually having the intercom system where driver, co-pilot are exchanging information. I remember back in the day, I'm sure it was for you when you was racing, you was just shouting at your driver,
yes.
or hand
but then when I
signals
went
and
overseas to race, we actually had the
helmets
with
the intercoms in it,
so we can actually talk to each other.
Oh yeah.
I was driving, and then I had a throttle man,
Right.
And who was saying,
guiding.
He was my navigator as well.
Sure.
So definitely good to have.
So the first report of A111, which is Point Mod
at Great Bay.
So they're actually
they're doing pretty well. Explain to our listeners and viewers, what is the role? Okay, we have a co-pilot and we have a throttle man. What is the role, really, of those two?
It really depends on the setup of the boat, I would say, because not in every race boat the co-pilot sometimes is the throttle man, and sometimes they're not.
Right.
Some boats the driver has a hot foot, so his driving and throttling.
Right.
Just like you're in a car, and then some boats the co-pilot has the throttles and they're jacking and trimming. So all depends on your boat setup, but the main thing is that secondary pair of eyes. Navigating, depending on how tight the race is or which race course you're on. Sometimes you have to spot check behind you, see where the next guy is, see how much room you have for turns and stuff, and yep, some boats are front to back, some boats are side by side, depending on what type of style boat guys want. Obviously when you're side by side, normally the wider boats versus front to back,
right,
which are a lot narrow. So turning capabilities may be different. Weight displacement,
and
how
then
it
of
rides.
course, I would think that if something happens to the driver while the race is on, that second person
Yes.
can actually
Take
control of the boat.
Yes, that's the situation. Obviously the driver pilot are
Right.
the first two safety individuals.
And then of
for that
course
team,
it's
so if
always
anything
good if at least one of them, if something happens to the engine,
Yes,
how to fix
somebody
it.
could
somebody
hop in the
actually
back.
knows what to do.
Yeah, it's been times I've had to pull the call in, what's going on, get us up and going, or do something.
Otherwise, you're just
Otherwise, it's
floating
just
duck, right?
something. I ain't gonna lie, when we broke down this one time, I actually wish I had a fishing rod in the back of the boat. I'm just like, well, at least I can catch dinner, I mean, so, and so, hey, that's just how it goes, There's nothing worse than being out there and you're just sitting floating.
Yes.
Just waiting for help after you're ready or call in and gotta wait for the support boat or the crash boat come to you in, and it's a long, long drive back.
The long ride back is because you have to go at a certain speed.
Exactly.
You're not going to, your crash boat is not going to drive at 70 miles per hour.
No, not at all.
It's
Not at
actually
all.
going to go slow.
Not
safety.
at all. Oh, safety, of course, always.
One thing I must say about is the crash boats, when it is an incident, if an incident occurs,
yes,
when it was
instantaneous.
me, they were right
Instantaneous,
there.
as fast as possible.
I definitely appreciate them.
Oh, for sure,
Definitely.
Again, like we have St. John's down here, just in case anything's to
And
happen.
they're located at different spots on the island.
Yes,
I think we have one
different key
near Ferry
locations.
Reach. I think there's one in Dockyard, and
Yep.
there may be one at Spanish Point Boat Club as well.
I want to say yes.
Yeah.
Just in case if anything happens at that first major turn.
Yes.
You know, Hogfish is the first major turn, so
Yeah.
taking us obviously into Hamilton, heading towards True Rock, around 5-star, all the way up in Brewery.
Yes, and I think 5-star is like famous, infamous spot for.
It is well, yeah.
Accidents
You and
happening,
you and 5-star have a little history,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I,
You say.
yeah, I think at the bottom
know.
of the water there is my
know.
radio, and
Oh yeah. Is
they
there's
weren't
been
the
a few
only one. I
situations.
think Mark Furtz
Yep, Mark, I went through.
there,
Yep.
and quite a few on South Shore as well.
Exactly.
But, you can actually
Exactly.
see the change in the water here. It's
Actually, interesting. Call on Mark. So, Mark was the original owner of the 21-foot skater that Sean and myself raced in. That my cousin Sean Waterfield still owns. Yeah, interesting. Little, they
That's
brought
the
that up.
D69.
D69. Yeah, buddy. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm actually kind of. So we're looking at now at 240. So
We should.
I would be suspecting that someone is. If I had to guess, we should be seeing reports of, I would say, Devonshire Bay, Spittle Pond type area. We should be getting reports that boats are approaching that area. If my timing is correct.
What do you think? Time for the first one? I'm looking at maybe an hour or something, because
I would say, yeah. I'll say maybe.
I mean we're 42
Seven.
minutes into the race right now.
Yep. I'll say maybe hour 10. Hour 10. I'm guessing. Hour 10, hour 5, depending. Because I haven't heard any reports of how St. George's, St. David.
Here we go. I mean, we still have some boats passing the reefs, like B177 and B9, just
Okay.
going past there.
Okay.
So,
Yep. No worries. No worry.
and then we have Horseshoe, Spittle Pond. We have
A3.
A3.
Okay.
So we're getting a little closer now.
Yep. Yeah. So again, my time isn't too far off.
Yeah.
so
so once they go
we should
past
be-
Garnet Rock
Yep. Garnet Rock.
and Castle Roads.
Castle Roads is always tricky. I've always found that. I've always been a little bit cautious entering Castle.
You have a lot of the reef area, the reef
Lot of
line,
reef area.
the rocks, and
Yep.
depending on if it's high tide or low tide,
Mhm.
it is something just hiding beneath the surface.
And actually, earlier, I was talking with Mark Furtz. He was talking about when he was going through and had. Oh, we have a boat coming back on land.
The boat just got towed back.
Somebody broke down. Not sure.
It was actually B23.
Yep, B23. So something happened with them. So
that's
they're-
David Willoughby and Kelsey Durham.
yep. So they're out of the race. Just where Bobby the course is by Great Bay. He's making his way through. So sorry, we was talking about racing and coming down South Shore, and actually thinking everything's fine, and then seeing sea fans popping up out of the water, and that's when you start to kind of pucker up just a little bit, and you're kind of waiting for something to happen, and you're praying that nothing's gonna happen, but you're skipping across those reefs, and you're just like, please be enough water, please be enough water.
Yeah.
Because
if your bottom doesn't strike, you're probably
Yep.
guaranteed that your prop is.
your skeg, definitely your skeg's gonna hit. So actually, we actually lost the skeg one time. That was an interesting run. Don't want to do that again. I'll tell you that.
Oh, it's very expensive. I mean, they're not cheap.
No, they're not cheap. They're not cheap. Yeah, through the hill boat. Out of control for a minute, and just wondering why we're having issues turning and stuff. And we're like, okay, something's up, and just keep going. And then when we got back, we're like, we're missing something.
And there was a one race that you guys did. I think it was around the island where I don't think the weather conditions were that great, but you came back and your engine was kind of hanging off the back of the transom.
Yep, done that before. Had a tie on to had to jump overboard, tie it off. Actually, thanks again to Shane, A26. This guy was first boat there to help us out. Yeah, yeah, we had an unfortunate incident. Um, but as they say, that's racing.
That's racing.
Yeah,
That's
that's
racing.
racing.
And good sportsmanship for those
For
that,
sure, for sure.
stop and come and help and,
Yes.
and don't think about finishing because they were in first place. I'm just going to keep going past you.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So definitely
We have
good
to
sportsmanship there.
to assist our fellow racers if or once we come upon a situation. It's mandatory to stop. If guys give you a go ahead, tell you keep going, they're fine. Then you
Yep.
carry on
Then
racing.
you carry on.
If they wave you, then hey, you're the race,
Yeah.
radio
Yeah.
in. Hey, this is what's going on. Here it is, what I found. I'm here to assist. Stand by, let you know, so that race control can speak to the necessary safety personnel and just have them stand by to let them know if they're needed or if everything's cool, they're going to get towed in. So, yeah.
In April,
I'm
probably.
going to stop away for just a quick minute and I'll be
Pay
right
later
back.
Wi-Fi? You do that?
Mm-hmm.
$800. Did you do that?
Yeah, $800.
Hey, you did $800 that
Yeah.
month.
All
I
right.
think there's a few more about to come around the corner. That's what the messages are saying. One right there.
Oh! John, you gotta get a picture of this shit. Pass it. Come on, John. That's awesome, man. See, that don't look fun.
You want to go around the yard.
John did that.
Man, that was so fun.
Imagine your back up.
Oh yeah.
Back
Oh
bruised.
my word, they're taking legs.
They come back bruised ribs.
I was gonna say you're probably like. Oh, another one in.
That's red.
Yeah.
People, they always stay inside every year.
I would stay inside. Compared to what they're doing.
White boat, majority white, with the photo. You probably just want to show online.
Fucking Philip. You heard Philip?
Yeah.
Where's the majority white boat, black engine.
Yeah.
Can't see.
Stickers on it. We saying the same thing though. What are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
If Philip don't know who they are, then no way in hell we know who they are. We got ambulance over there.
Just in case.
I guess if anything major does happen.
Yeah, to her.
Straight to the beach.
Yeah. Really would.
fuck? Runner, Bill! Runner!
Somebody got the radio on tonight.
Look at this lid.
Turn your bloody radio off.
Reach. We have our race director, Ernie Marshall, who has assumed his position on the rock with his checkered flag, which means only one thing.
Only one thing. Somebody's
that
close.
Somebody's coming in, and we get to see very shortly who that person will be. And it's not first across the line.
That moves in second. That's flying time.
And it is 007.
Season.
2 hours, 51 minutes.
And we have them
2,
crossing
5,
in.
1.
I'm sorry, they're trying
2,
to tell me. 2, 5, 1
minutes.
minutes.
It's 2:51.
Okay, so it's 2:51 that they cross the tie.
You go call
the
it in,
line.
Shaq.
That's the time.
I can't call it in that it's got a radio on.
We'll be able to give you better times a little bit later once they get posted.
B and A are coming in.
So yes, Goofy, so they must be ecstatic. And we'll be back shortly with the update for you.
Around, we have, I'm sorry with that, the line honors. And first across the line in D class, this is the 24-foot twister cat, driven by Henry Tolbert and co-piloted by Andrew Cunningham. And you see him opening up the hatch right now. We're going to get out, I'm sure. Rod from these guys, we will get to them. And coming in second, oh my goodness, this is B96. They're taking line honors for B class and second overall in Round the Island. They did a little bit of time walking as they're decelerating. Looks like co-pilot is giving congratulations to the driver.
Next one.
And here we have in third for Round the Island, this is Point Mod. in the A class, so they are A class winners. Okay, A111. Yeah, you can see with the hands up, congratulating, cheering. Great run from these guys. So, hey, well done, fellas, in that new bet boat. Well done. And then we have another boat, just so the checker flag come back up. So just waiting to see who this is. This looks like Chad in
Approaching
the
us,
C
and
class.
I'm just
That
looking
boat,
to see who
yes, I
that
believe.
is.
Yes, it is. This is C class
And
coming
we
through
have
fourth overall and
C87, Chad
C87.
Sutherland and Lee Wilson coming across in the C class. And approaching me now, we have D007. Looking good in their twister.
And you have Andrew Cunningham just stood up. Looks like Mrs. Cunningham is going over, congratulating her husband. You know, always great to see these guys making it back because their family members are extremely concerned for this race. It's not an easy run. So hey, great to see that. Happy so far everyone's made it back in one piece. Um, and we have second place coming up, just making the way up underneath their own power. Another shot at the winning boat.
That damn Bob is coming, and I can't see who's after that. But alright.
We have another boat coming in, taking the checkered flag at fifth overall, but second in their class, A3. Great run for these guys. Like I said, that's the second A-class boat to come in. overall, followed closely by 7th. Uh, this is
Coming across us
B
next, we have B.
441, followed by Bobby DaCosta and D13. And I believe we have another boat coming in. Check flares going back out again. And we have someone. I want to say this is Kai1, I believe, in the Ferrum B321, I believe, but I'll have to confirm the number. And we have another one coming in. Low Trine walking coming in, so not sure what's going on. I believe this is Shane in A26. Yes, it is. It's Shane coming through in A26. Picking up the checker flag. We have a little discrepancy. B441. Obviously having a little conversation, so a little friendly sportsmanship banter. So I'm going to try to get that whole story for you guys later. So that was B921 that had just came across. The Black Monster MCon. So, good run for these guys. So far we have 8 boats in. So again, another fast year. Time's actually a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. So great race conditions.
because of being on South Shore. D94 with Matthew Smith and Brandon Renault. .177. That's Craig Nisbet Jr. and Andre Zollinger. And we have another B-class boat coming across us, B211. Anthony Bailey and Darius Sewell. It's definitely a big gap between boats coming in, so apologize for the quietness.
Oh, yeah. It's been
There was definitely a big gap in between the boats coming in. So I'm assuming that South Shore and coming around.
South Shore doors.
Yep, and South Shore is very famous, famous for doing that. So I can say that all the boats are in.
I wanted, yes, all the boats are in. The checkered flag was handed off to the first place finishers, not only in the class, but first round across the line.
Yes, and definitely kudos to them.
Kudos for sure.
So I guess that's kind of it
That's
for
it for us
us.
today.
And thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you to our
Thank you, and
sponsors.
definitely
Thank you
for
to
the
our
sponsors.
crash boats. Thank you to our committee. Thank you to everyone that actually came out to watch at various different places.
We never thanked
Who?
the Coast Guard for being there.
Oh, we didn't know. Yes, yes.
Maritime Services.
Maritime Services and the Coast Guard. Yes. Sorry.
Definitely.
Shout out to you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. We muchly appreciate it, and we can't do without you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for sure.
So that's really, really great.
Yep.
And I do think that we probably will be able to catch up with some of these guys,
Yes.
especially G007, do a quick interview with them, and
Yeah, we'll catch up with some guys once they bring the boats up and say their well wishes and stuff and to their families, and then we'll be back and we'll be posting stuff up on the APBA site. So stay tuned.
I'm sure a lot of people want to know: are they doing the prize presentation today, or do they have a
Not
special night? For
not
that?
today. Prize presentation will be in the upcoming week or two, but it will be put out when prize presentation is going to be. Also, as a reminder, thanks again to Rubis for sponsoring today.
Yes,
You know,
thank you,
so-
Rufus, as always, for
Most
for
definitely.
being there and their generosity.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes.
For the 2025 Rubis from the Island Powerboat Race, Karen and myself, I say thank you. Take care.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. Bye.